So the first one, Oxfam, I got involved with because I started traveling and I felt like I wasn't really seeing the truth of how people were living. I was kind of seeing a tourist version. I wanted to see what the real thing. And I happened to meet this wonderful woman who said, "Oh, you should come with us to help Oxfam." Oxfam fights extreme poverty and injustice all around the world, which means like everything bad. So I said, "Gosh, where do you need me?" And she said, anywhere you want to go." And I was like, "Anywhere?" I said, "Well, when do you need me?" She said, now, anytime now. So I was like, "Oh, okay, gosh, these people need me." So I started traveling with them and I learned so much and I got to see so much, and I worked on mostly women's issues, which was great because I was on a show about women and it was nice for me to do. And I also love animals. So when I was in different African countries, I would try to combine a little kind of safari or something. And I was visiting some Maasai friends in 2009. It was a very dry year. And I happened to come into a situation where we found an orphan baby elephant. And luckily, we were able to find her. She was traumatized. She kept running from us. It was like a multi-day search. And luckily, we found her. We called the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust. They sent the keepers. She got to go live there, and luckily she survived the trauma of being orphaned, and they know how to raise baby elephants and re-release them into the wild to teach them what they need to know and re-release them into the wild. And Chaimu is her name, and she's now living in the wild again, which is a wonderful thing. But now we have poaching to be worried about, and every 15 minutes an elephant is killed for its tusks, which is a frightening statistic. And if we don't do something, they'll be gone in 10 to 15 years in the wild. So through my work with the trust, I started to learn about this. I thought poaching was over. I thought it was gone, done, not happening. But unfortunately, there's illegal poaching of rhino horn and elephant tusk to the point where both of those animals might be extinct. So I've felt like more and more kind of impassioned and like there's a time clock ticking, and I wanted to show people what I got to see when I went to the trust, and that I'm so lucky to get to be part of. And everything we do anti-poaching, we do vet units, we raise the babies right there in that picture. That's a ex-orphan named Cora, who always poses for pictures very nicely with me. I have
Very
so many
photogenic.
pictures. I know, he's like, "Oh, it's a picture-taking opportunity, fantastic." But we have to protect them now because they've already been through one trauma and lost their lives, their families, saved their lives, thank God. Daphne has raised them by hand, re-released them into the wild, and now they're at risk again. Cora has been attempted to be poached 3 times. 3 times he's been shot with poison arrows, and he will come back to the keepers because he knows that they will treat them and he'll be okay. So, for me, I feel like it's something where I don't want to have to explain to my daughter why there are no more elephants, and we can't leave that world to our children. So I feel very impassioned, and thus I made the documentary Gardeners of Eden.